And most mixers feel like you got to have just a bunch of plugins, 50 plus plugins, all the latest and greatest tools and brand new presets and templates just to get a pro sound. What if I told you that you can get a clean radio ready mix in 45 minutes just using 5 plugins? In this video, I'm going to show you how simple mixing actually can be and why using less can be better. You're going to be faster, your mixes are going to be cleaner. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Hey, my name is Donnie Becker. I'm a Grammy-winning studio owner and mixing engineer based in Los Angeles, California. Over the years, man, I've worked with some great artists and learned some things. One of the things that I see all the time is engineers overcomplicating everything. Let me show you what I'm talking about. This is actually somebody's template that they left on our system here at ES Audio Recording Studios. Now, there's a lot going on here, bro. There's just way too much stuff going on here. Now, this is a template to start a mix. Let me bring myself up over here because it's kind of funny. I'm not gonna say who it is, but y'all might know who the artist is, but the engineer, you might not know the engineer. Let me go over here to the mix page so you can see. Dude, this is where they start. Now, a lot of their plugins I don't have, so they're not showing up, or they're older and they haven't been updated to the newer systems yet. Whatever. So they're grayed out. But you can see all the plugins there, man. This is just ridiculous. As I slide over, I mean, it just keeps going and going and going and go. Why? This is what I'm talking about with things being overcomplicated. Look at the plugin list. Look at this. There's almost 20 plugins here. This is ridiculous, okay? This is like way too much. Let me share with you another session. I'm gonna bring it up real quick. That's funny. Yeah, that's somebody left that template on the system, and I kept it just so I could show you what not to do, basically what not to do. Let me show you my template. This is my template. My template, I use what they call, I refer to as like buckets. Put all my drums here, all my bass stuff here, my electric guitars, my acoustic guitars, keyboards, lead vocals, background vocals. Yeah, I consider synths, pianos, violins, cellos, double bass, string sections, horn sections, that all goes into the keys bucket, okay? Lead vocals, all the lead vocals go into the lead vocal bucket. All the background vocals, all the harmonies, all the doubles, they all go into the background vocals. So my template is super simple. I've got 2 tracks for reverbs. I've got 3 tracks already set up and routed for long delay, short delay, and a slap delay. So I do kind of keep my template simple. So when I'm ready to mix, I open up my template, I drag my tracks in, I spend a little bit of time organizing my mix, and boom, I'm ready to go. So what I've got is I want to share with you what I'm calling a minimal mix. I call this my minimal mix template, okay? So I brought in some tracks that I actually recorded on another session, and it's already been mixed. This song's actually already been released. So, but this is what it looks like when it comes in. Let me come over here to the mix window, and you see that I've got no plugins or anything on here yet, okay? But I've already brought the tracks in. So here are the tracks. If you look, the tracks are here. This is a kick drum, a snare, a hat, rack tom, floor tom, overheads, rooms. On the basses, there's only one bass track, okay? There's only one bass track on there. So that's all we need, right? Rhythm guitar, got a couple of tracks of rhythm guitar, solo guitar, basically there's 2 tracks there. One is the amp sound, the other one's a DI in case we need to beef it up or make it bigger or whatever. I always record, you should always record a DI with any guitar. In this session, we're not using the DI guitar. We don't need it. The guitar sounded great. You know what microphone? Hey, let me come back over here. You know what microphone I used on this track? Yeah, you know, SM57, you're correct. What else I got here is I got my plate reverb, my room reverb, my chorus, quarter delay, short delay. This is my template. I may not use a chorus. I may not use a quarter delay. I may not use a short delay. I can hide those if I need to, okay? Let me come back over here. So I'm gonna play this song for you. Let me go back over here to the Pro Tools. I'm gonna play this song for you, okay? This is what it sounds like, and all the tracks let me open up all the, I'm gonna open up all my folders, okay? And go back over to the mix page. You can see all the pans are straight up, okay, except for the stereo tracks, they're left and right. All the faders are at unity gain. There's no mix on this whatsoever. Let me play this for you real quick. Okay, that was the raw tracks, complete raw tracks. Now, I spent 45 minutes, and some of that time was picking my plugins, putting my plugins up that I wanted to use. Okay, I'm gonna open up this other session for you, and this would be it right here. So let me open this one for you. I don't need to save that, that's cool. This is Pro Tools, in case you guys care, but this works with every DAW. DAW is not DAW specific. Okay, so let me open up all the tracks. Let me go show you my session here. So this is my session. Let me open up all the folders, okay? And let's go over the mix page. You kind of see where I did some panning, okay? I pan my hi-hat. I always pan my hi-hat as though I'm the drummer, okay? I pan my toms as though I'm the drummer, and I adjusted some levels a little bit, okay? You see that I got my guitars are panned a little bit. I don't color code really. I just go in and start mixing, and you know, maybe later on down the line if I have to color code I will, but I generally don't. I just leave it. Who cares, man? I'm just mixing. You know what I mean? I just bring the tracks in and start listening. I mean, that's what the simplicity of it is. Notice on the tracks, there's no plugins. There's no sends on the tracks. I don't need that. This, I mean, it was recorded well, so I don't really need that. I do have 2 reverbs and 1 long delay, which I'm running the Echo Boy for the long delay. Okay, if you guys haven't discovered Echo Boy, I mean, it's just the simplest delay to just jump right in and start delaying, you know? So what I do, let me bring me up in here. What I do for you too is that I did a static mix. That's how you start. First thing is we organize all our tracks. Simple. Put the bass in the bass folder, put the guitars in the guitar folder, lead vocal in the lead, and so on and so on. You get it, right? So next thing we do is a static mix. And don't go solo your kick drum. That's not how you mix. I know I heard somebody say one time, the first thing you should do in a mix is solo your kick drum. No, bruh. It's a mix. You're putting everything together. Everything's coming together. It's all in one thing. I mean, come on, mix. Just bring all your tracks in, organize them the way you like them organized, and then press play, bro. And then start adjusting levels and panning. And then if you feel like you need a little bus compressor on the drums, put it on there. Feel like you need a little bit of reverb, send it over there. You know what I'm saying? So this is what my mix sounds like in a simple mix. I'm using, if we don't count the reverbs and the delays, I'm using 1, 2, 4 plugins. Let's go ahead and call it 5, 6, 7 plugins total. That's counting my time stuff. Okay, so let's take a listen. Let me remind you what the before sounded like. In the same section. We'll get to that solo guitar. The vocals are kind of buried. Yeah, I'm gonna show you the plugins I use. Of the solo part. Barely even in there. Okay, just wanted to remind you what that was a print of the first track that I played for you. Now, let me show you some of the plugins that I used. Okay. On the drums, I used all I used was this SSL bus compressor. That is it. If I turn it off, lose the drums, which is a little more. Okay. So on the guitars, I use this SSL guitar strip. It's got everything I need, man. It's got a compressor, got an EQ, got a amp model. I didn't pick one. This is just the stock that comes with it, but you can boost, punch, and edge it, which I really like. You can add a little bit of drive. This thing's dope. If you got the Steven Slate bundle, this comes with it, man. It's right inside that. So it's awesome. I don't know if you guys have discovered Gilder Vox. Joe Gilder has a YouTube channel here on YouTube. Hey Joe, what's up? If you're listening, if you're watching me, thank you so much for looking at my stuff, Joe. That's crazy. But Gilder Vox, bro, this has everything I need, everything you need for your vocals. It's one plug-in, bro, but it's got everything you need. You got a compressor, a de-esser, a mud remover, which is basically a low cut or high pass filter, a smoother, which is kind of like it smooths the transient out a little bit, and of course you got some air if you need a little bit of crispy on there. That's kind of your tone or your equalizer. Then you can give it some character, man. You get a little bit of drive, a little bit of slap. Let me show you what it sounds like with and without. Man, Gilder Vox, bro. I dropped one of those on the lead, and I dropped one of those on the background. And it's got a preset for background vocals. Honestly, this plugin is 49 bucks, and that's all I use in this entire mix was that plugin. Okay, I got a deverb for my room reverb. I got another deverb for my plate reverb, and that's all we're using it for. Let me just make sure that it went. Yeah, there's a room, and there's my hall. I'm gonna change that back to the plate, give it a little pre-delay, 13, 15, 2.8, I like 2.8, somewhere around there. So boom, there you go. All right, so, and all I'm doing is I'm sending a little bit of the guitar to the Echo Boy, and I'm sending the vocals to a plate reverb, and I'm also sending some of the drums to a room and then to a plate. And what the plate does is it kind of grabs, the way I've got the plate set up, it kind of grabs the snare, okay? Because I got a low cut and a high cut going on there, and it's just kind of grabbing the snare a little bit because that's what I want to push out. But it's grabbing the snare from all the drums, not just the snare, from the overall drum. So it's getting some of the room mics, the overhead mics. They're all being sent to that delay, okay? And I am sending a little bit of delay to from the guitars, just to give a little bit of character to the guitars. So, and that's why it sounds the way it is. To that guitar part. Okay. That's kind of it, man. I did kind of lie to you though. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 on Pro Tools. I got 4, but I've also got an SSL Bus Plus. I run all my master fader from my console runs. It's wired in all the time, and if I don't need it, I just bypass it. But it's on all the time, and I'm not hitting it that hard. But if you want to do that, you can route all your tracks to a master fader and put a bus compressor on your master fader. Same thing that I'm doing here. It's just I happen to have a console in front of me. So I'm not using the console today. I'm actually just using channels 1 and 2 so we can monitor Pro Tools. And that's pretty much it, okay? So the main point of this video today is that you don't need a lot of plugins. You don't need all the tools. Stop buying plugins, please. Why do you need, let me show you something. We are a commercial studio, which means that we get clients that come in to use our studio, and they don't use us. They don't use me. They don't use my staff. They have their own engineer, their own producer. All they want to do is use my equipment. They want to use my room to, say, record drums or vocals, what have you. Okay, they're expecting certain plugins. We do have clients that come over to mix their stuff. They'll come in and check their mixes, like they've mixed it at home in the box, and then they want to come over and listen to it on the analog console, running through some analog gear or something, right? Okay, so they expect us to have all these plugins, so we have them. I don't use them. Let me show you. Let me share with you something. I've got a list. Let's just pick on the bass track here. Let's just pick an equalizer. Okay, bro. Seriously, how many equalizers does one person need? Apparently all of them, because I have all of them. This is the reason that I have so many. And dynamics. This is all my compressors. Okay, people are like, bro, you got all these tools, you got all this stuff, but you don't use it. Yeah, absolutely, I don't use it. I don't need it. The only reason that I have it, like I said before, is that we have clients that come in that expect us to have the Waves bundle. They expect us to have all the auto-tune crap. They expect us to have every EQ made by every plug-in company ever. So we have that. And, you know, because we are a commercial studio, this is how we make our money. People come in and pay me to come over and use my stuff. And that's how it works, okay? So the rules that you should keep in mind is keep it simple. Okay, less is more, okay? Build a template that you can use, and not like that other template, bro. No, build a template that's blank, that forces you. I do keep the bus compressor on my drum bus because I go to it every time. Okay, so I'm guilty of that. I keep one plug-in on my template. Normally, the one I showed you today, I took it off because I didn't want to impress you. But no, I keep that bus compressor on my drums all the time. I might switch up the reverb. I might switch up the delays. I might add a delay. I might add a slap delay or something, whatever. I might add an EQ to the bass. Sometimes it's required. But generally, on the bass track on this song, I didn't do anything. That's what I recorded. So, and it sounded great. And yes, it was a DI. I actually ran it through. We have an Avalon right there. I plugged the bass directly into the Avalon, and I dialed it in. So I'd use the EQ and the compressor while I recorded it. So it's already there. I don't have to use it in the mix. So that is one rule. Get great source tracks. I mean, make your source tracks sound awesome. Don't say this to yourself ever again. Don't ever say, or don't listen to anyone that says, we'll fix it in the mix. No, we're gonna fix it now, punk. Let's get it. Go back in the booth, we're gonna sing it again. Okay, so now, yeah, that's the thing, man. Fix it now. Don't fix it in the mix, okay? Because you're never gonna do that, or you're gonna spend days doing that. I saw a thing, man. I forget where it was, man. I think it was on Facebook or something, but somebody's offering a coaching, or not a coaching program, but a DIY course that he's gonna teach you how to do a mix in 14 days. That mix is gonna be ready in 2 weeks. Bro, if you're taking 2 weeks to mix, you're doing it wrong. And let me tell you why. Because you're using too many tools. You're stacking. You're using too much stuff. One thing leads into another thing that leads into another thing is just gonna add more crap to all the stuff. Stop adding crap to your stuff. Get your stuff good, rule number 1. Have a template that's easy, rule number 2. And rule number 3 is don't spend more than 4 hours mixing an entire song. That's it. I mean, I'm just gonna be honest with you, bro. That's what it takes. Okay. So, I have this thing, man, and if this kind of stuff excites you, I've got this thing coming up. I've got this 5-day challenge I want to share with you. Let me see if I can roll over here. I'm gonna bring up the 5-day challenge. It's called the Minimal Mix Challenge. Go to minimalmixchallenge.com. Get signed up. It's in 5 days. Each day is gonna be like an hour long. Okay. But within 5 days, it starts September 22nd. Okay, it's gonna be every day for 5 days, right around noontime, depending on what part of the world you're in. But I'm gonna show you how to mix faster, cleaner, and better by using fewer tools. Your mixes are gonna be better, they're definitely gonna be faster, and they're gonna be cleaner, okay? And we're gonna show you all this stuff in 5 days. And it's super cheap, so go grab it, man. It's minimalmixchallenge.com. I'll put a link to it right here, and I'll also put it in the description. I'll put it in the show notes if you're just listening to the podcast, okay? So, if you found any of this helpful, it would be really awesome if you went down right now and clicked subscribe. I'm glad you hung out this long with me, by the way. So I'm glad you got to the end. So have a great week. Oh, I forgot to say happy Monday. Have a great week. Get out there, be prosperous. Cut your mixing time at least in half by mixing minimal. Get rid of all the stuff that you don't need. You don't need all the stuff. Get out there and mix. We'll see you next time. My name is Donnie Baker, and we will be out of here.